I think we good. Let me bring this in right. Yeah. Yeah. Man, y'all already know what time it is. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. This is episode 109. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined with my co-host, my brother from another mother, Blood Can Make Us any closer, one of the best photographers in the world, my brother Santana. Say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all here with us tonight. And for that, we thank you. And we got a jam-packed show for y'all as always. And we're gonna get right to it. You heard?
As always, you heard, man. Y'all, again, we on that race to that 100 to that 10,000 subscribers. We'll get to 100,000 subscribers one day, but we on that run to that 10,000 subscribers for this channel. So make sure, again, you like, subscribe, hit that all notification bell because we got a whole bunch of clips, over 220 something rewatch videos available for this show in particular on this channel. So make sure you hit and support and continue to support the show. We love, and we appreciate you helping us grow the show. And y'all, make sure y'all stay in depth in the chat. Our chat is already live and buzzing. We got a couple of day ones already in the building. I'm gonna shout out just a few. Shout out to Biggs already in the building. Shout out to King Prince in the building. Shout out to Culture King in the building. Appreciate you, L. Eddie. Appreciate you for tapping in. Yo, you already know we're going to have a fire show. It's a lot going on a Thursday. So let's get it. Y'all already know how we do it. First segment of the night, popular opinions. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. You see it right there. Go on Instagram right now and hit at OUV Records, tap in at OUV Records. Stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. So make sure y'all tap in. First question of the night. Remember, these are the world's questions, so stick to the answers in the questions. Y'all ready? Let's get it. First question of the night. Oh, almost on the wrong thing for a second. Biggest way to revamp the family structure. Biggest way to revamp the family structure. Number one, family chats. Number two, regularly checking in. Number three, family reunions. Number four, family group nights. And family chats is family group chats. And then four was family game nights. I said group nights, family game nights.
I'd say probably more so family reunions. That way you can have family that's not close by that you can't do game nights with. So at least you'll get to see those family members at the reunion and make it fun, appealing, so the family keep turning up every year to come to the reunion every time and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like I used to look forward to my family reunions growing up as a kid. You know what I mean? Seeing all my cousins, that crazy auntie, the cool uncle, you know what I'm saying? I always got something popping going on. He stay in tune with the younger crowd or whatever. So I always was in tune to, my family reunions growing up as a kid. I thought they was like the most fun. I had all the fun in the world, seeing my cousins from Virginia, DC, just everywhere. So those used to be so fire to me. Me out of this right here, I'm gonna say family group nights. I keep saying group nights, family game nights. Me personally, because family game nights is like the family reunion on crack, and family game nights feel more frequently. Like the family reunion is great, but it just seems like people fall out of touch. You see everybody once a year, and it just be like, what I'm saying, out of touch. So with this, for me, I feel like the game night just be lit. Play your Uno cards. You know how the family got different styles of playing Uno, Phase 10. Of course, spades is just a different thing every single time when it comes to the family night. What y'all think about it in the chat as well? So me personally, I'm gonna say game night. You went with family reunion. In the chat, they saying family reunion as well. At 39%. The rest of the world went with family game nights. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's cool. But not everybody could do family game nights because not everybody family is close by. But I get it.
True, true. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's so weird. We live in such a digital world. We do everything digitally. I don't know if you remember when we was in COVID and we would have like these digital parties. Like, yo, we watching Kevin Hart uh digitally, from the comforts of our living room, and we're gonna watch it together. Like at one time, it was like, yo, how do that work? It's not like we can hear each other chuckle. It's not the same. We in the same room and what I'm saying, eating the same popcorn. Like it's
Mhm.
like how do that work? So I remember that being a complete change, and it was just wild funny. It's just like this is the new normal now. This is what we gotta look forward to. This is the new
Uh,
uh I love to reference Demolition Man. It's like this is the new Demolition Man. So instead of us having sex, like now we gotta put on the helmet and just like immerse ourselves in our thoughts. Cause you remember that's how in Demolition Man that's how they had to get it popping. Like Sylvester Stallone got the helmet from Sandra Bullock, and she like, yo, just close your eyes and what I'm saying, let the helmet do the work. You know what I'm saying? And he in there going hammies, and and she going hammies. He like, yo, what is this? Like I'm used to the like what happened to the real thing?
yeah, facts.
Trying to smack something. You know what I mean? So that's how I felt like that was the new normal at that point. All right, moving on to our next popular opinions question. Favorite Danny Glover role in a movie on this list? Favorite Danny Glover role in a movie on this list? Number one, Switchback. Number two, Cookout. Number three, Lethal Weapon. Number four, Death at a Funeral. Again, let us know what y'all think in the chat.
Man, they didn't even have Predator 2 on there. They bugging.
Yo, Predator 2 is, bro,
They bugging.
bro.
I'm gonna have to go with Lethal Weapon.
Why you going with Lethal Weapon? Tell everybody why you going with Lethal.
But my man Danny Glover was a sharpshooter with that, you know what I'm saying? With that whatever long nose gun he has. He was shooting buddies from far, you know what I'm saying? And he went into gun battles with no vest, son. Just you know what I'm saying, with the sport coat and the tie, you know what I'm saying? Solving mad crimes, son.
You remember he did the little movie before he racked up. He go,
Yeah, he got through the look, you know what I'm saying? Get his aim on and take you out. So I'm going with Lethal Weapon.
yo, Lethal Weapon is so good. Lethal Weapon is so good. Um, I want to say Lethal Weapon as well, but I'm gonna go with Death at a Funeral. He was getting on my last nerve in Death at a Funeral, where he plays the brother that couldn't walk anymore, and Tracy Morgan and I forget the other guy name was basically like his handlers trying to get him to the funeral or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and he had to take a shit. He needed help taking the shit. He needed to go, get help being processed from one place to another. And he was just total hell for Tracy Morgan. And then when Tracy Morgan was helping him take a crap, he busted a deuce on his hand. Like so, I like that role with Dan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and then what's crazy with Tracy Morgan, he was just doing stuff afterwards. Like, yo, you ain't gonna wash your hand. He keep talking about this rash, but you got mad doodle on your hand. Like,
You
I'm
need to
just,
boil that shit. You need to boil your hand. Mad
yo,
pro-
don't touch nothing else for the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? You banned for the rest of the night. Don't touch nothing else, yo. All right, so my brother went with Lethal Weapon. I went with Death at a Funeral. And in chat, I'm seeing the Cookout. They say the Cookout was funny. Cookout was funny when he was smoking weed in the Cookout, and he had the wife, and he was talking like real like posh and what's the word of like the like high society type of vibe. So yeah, so again, y'all get the rest of the world. I mean, the chat went with Cookout. I went with Death at a Funeral. My brother went with Lethal Weapon at 41%. The rest of the world went with Lethal Weapon. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But they should have had Predator 2 on it. That would definitely have been my choice.
Facts.
Only reason I chose Lethal Weapon because they ain't have Predator 2.
That's the Predator 2 is highly underrated, bro. Highly underrated.
My
I,
nigga, my nigga was battling gangs, cocaine drug lords, and aliens, son. With the chest out. You know what I'm saying? On a hot LA summer day, son. You know what I'm saying? Running them niggas down.
with the six shooter, you know what I'm saying? With the six shooter, you know what I mean? With
With
the
the penny loaves, you know what I'm
you know what I'm
saying?
saying? with the
Them
with the with the 2-button party shirt with the hamburger meat out. You know what I'm saying? Just out there.
sweating. Why you even got a sport coat on, son? It's already 98 degrees at 7 a.m., son. Just come in the tea, son.
Bro, he got to deal with the Rasta posse. He got to deal with the Mexican cartel. He got to deal with the neo-Nazi secret boys. You know what I'm saying? And he got to deal with predators. Like, who doing all that?
So my man right there, son. That's why I'm like, oh, they wild for not putting Predator 2 on this, son.
And not to mention, he had to deal with they call themselves the extraterrestrial cops.
Oh yeah, them fake CIA
It-
cats. I forgot
like,
about them.
they don't track human beings. They track like you remember how we talked about the monkeys and they had the joint in it? They tracking body heat. Like that's how top secret the ET crew was. They wasn't TNT, they ET. Like you know what I'm saying? ENT. Like he got to deal with all that on a hot LA day. Not to mention rioters, looters, all types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And his team was ass.
And on typical Tuesday, you know what I'm saying?
And his team was buns. Like his team was Tommy Buns, dog. And
They all got washed.
none of his teammates hold any weight on the streets, in the office, none of that. Near none of.
Yo, no weight at all, son. Can't solve no crimes. They just getting picked off one by one. Like, yo, y'all niggas suck, son.
Come on,
The
like
only reason the Spanish shorty didn't get off because she was preggo. So Predator looked at you like, man, I ain't gonna take this kill. This ain't even worth my shit. Like, fuck out of here. Just disregarded her. Like,
he got to worry about feeding these little jits. You know what I'm saying? Like he over there like Martin and them telling like, yo, come get your cat full. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your cat full. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, bro?
she over there like, now I'm good. I'm eating crackers.
Eat practice. Like, yo, get it together. Yo, get your ass over here. Yo, we got predators to kill, yo. Talking about, yo, shout out to Predator 2. The only real argument that I have with Predator is which one was better, Predator 1 or Predator 2. That's like my thing, because I enjoy Predator 2 more, but Predator 1 was hard body though, bro.
It was. It was just Predator 2 was just in the city in the hood. That's why it was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the
That,
only
that
reason I just give it just a little
yeah,
bit above the first one. But they both just top tier. After the second one, they just flopped after that. So
yeah, yeah,
destroyed
yeah.
it.
And, and not to mention, Danny Glover took on the Predator on his home turf, on the shit. You know what I'm saying? And had to boo bop him. You know what I'm saying? So he handled that like a champion. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm gonna handle you in your home court. You feel me?
You feel me? Kick my feet up on your couch. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Smack your girl on her butt. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with this man? All
So
right.
then you out of town for some work.
Yo, when you come back, I can teach you some new tricks. How you like that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you could teach her how to cook. Nah, man.
You know, teach you
Or,
how to drive the spaceship right, fucking with me.
yo, that's some hot Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? That's some hot predator buns for you. You know what I'm saying? Let me take care of them predator buns. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, funny, y'all. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Hollywood need to ask us. We came up with this segment because Hollywood has given us a lot of movies we didn't ask for. So we got better ideas. You want to start this one off?
Hollywood needs to make a movie about Ponzi schemes, but they need to make a movie about he's not the man who invented Ponzi schemes, but he definitely has identified it. They need to make a movie about Charles Ponzi, the
Mm-hmm.
man who actually um, popularized the Ponzi scheme, which is you take money from a new investors to pay back your old investors, and if you can't come up with new investors, you can't pay the old one, and the whole thing crumbles. So I would love to see a movie about Charles Ponzi who you utilized this scheme to finesse his investors. And back then it was in the 20s, and he embezzled $20 million.
Yeah,
Back then,
crazy, Luke.
you talking about $20 million in the 1920s. That has to be like with the exchange rate, conversion rate. I mean, maybe that's like probably 100 mil or something like that.
Yeah,
Finessing them.
yeah.
So I definitely want to see a movie about Charles Ponzi, the man who we know now as Ponzi schemes. But you know what I'm saying? Back then, his name Charles Ponzi. He was born March 1882, died January 18th, 1949. He was 66 years old. And yeah, definitely I want to see a movie about Charles Ponzi. If we can make a Wolf of Wall Street, I want to see a Charles Ponzi movie. And he's Italian. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all could
Yeah.
get some paisans over there, you know what I'm saying? He probably make some whatchamacallit chitlins Alfredo for y'all and stuff.
And I just watched that movie again the other night too.
And he might have a better suit on too. But yeah, that's my Hollywood needs to ask us.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. You know who got caught up in a Ponzi? Nicole Murphy.
Cole Murphy.
Nicole Murphy. Eddie Murphy's ex-wife. When she
Why is
took
he still carrying the bro name?
that's
That's crazy, but that's sidebar shit. But yeah, go ahead.
you know what I'm saying. But come to find out, when they got divorced, right? She ended up getting 15 mil, right? That's a lot of bread at the time they got divorced, right? So her childhood friend talked her into, putting in some money for a big investment, and the investment was 11 million.
God, what type of investment need $11 million, son?
Yo, so now he got the 11 mil, you feel me? And then he got her to put up her house. So then he like smoothed it with sending her on vacations, making it seem like, yo, your investment money came back. Yo, this gonna pay off for this vacation over here. Yo, go on this vacation, when it was really the original bread that took care of that vacation. And he just finessed the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, this is just hilarious, son.
But he did end up getting caught. She ended up owing like 800,000 to the IRS, and he ended up getting caught and getting about like 22 years. So it's a severe, but she got finessed out of all that bread that she done
Finesse
basically.
another dude out of, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
To
and
end up getting finessed.
right. So but think about that, right? So Eddie had to give a 15 mil, which is a substantial amount of money. Luckily, he was able to make that back. right? Luckily, and not luckily, just off his talent, hard work, he's able to make that back. Let me rephrase that. And now she get coaxed out of all that within 4 years, bro. She lost all that bread within 4 years.
I mean, what do you expect? You did nothing to achieve any of that money. So when you get the money, you have no skills to make that money grow for you. So what do you think is gonna happen?
According to Ponzi. You know what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Straight Ponzi. And this is supposed to be a neighborhood friend that she grew up with, and
I don't
he
mean
and
nothing. He saw her as a lick,
a lick facts.
went straight for it, and she fell for the okey doke.
Facts. Facts. He got sloppy, that's why he got caught.
Right.
But he still ended up getting 11 mil when he got the money. So that's a lot of bread. All right, y'all. Moving on. So my Hollywood needs to ask us. I want to see a 3-hour movie on the Bounty Gate from the NFL. I don't know if you remember when the New Orleans Saints and a couple other teams had this thing called Bounty Gate. So if they, if they're playing the game and they injured a certain player or they took a player out for a certain amount of plays, they would get bonus on top of their bread, but it wouldn't be paid through the team. It would be paid through the coaching staff and through different variations of the payment. But if they, like Martin, you take a limb or a leg, you know what I'm saying? Mama said, she overheard you talking to the insurance man, you know what I'm saying? You take a limb or a leg, a thigh, you know what I'm saying? You get $1 million. Nah, but in Bounty Gate, if somebody got hurt, an ankle injury, a shoulder injury, they end up getting an extra 5,000, 10,000. If somebody got hurt for a numerous amount of games, they would get like 50K or something like that. Like the bonus was crazy. So it was a thing called Bounty Gate, where players got paid on a system where they hurt or injured the other team's players. So
Mm.
I see a movie based on that. I think that would be dope. What do you think?
That'll be lit, but they ain't gonna do it though. You know what I'm saying?
But it happened already though.
No, it happened, and they don't want to remind people of that. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna wait like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do it, but they're gonna wait 20 years. We're gonna be old, like, oh damn, they finally put the movie out. Shit.
We like, I was waiting for this Joe right here. We're like,
Like,
y'all,
damn, son.
you know what
Now we
I'm
gotta go see that. So 2082. So like,
saying?
god damn.
Yo, that's funny. I think that movie idea would be dope. But yeah, what you're saying is very valid, yo, because they ain't gonna want that to really get out. I'm pretty sure they didn't want the Aaron Hernandez story to get out to remind people.
But you know what? I think that it's just gonna make NFL more lit. You know what I'm saying? So I think they could do it and just make it more. Y'all niggas write the shit up, son. Where it's mad drama, where you just make the shit. You just feel for the players. You be like, damn, I know y'all niggas fucked up, but yeah, I feel for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Write it up so we have such feelings. So it's just a new crop of new people that never really probably tapped into the NFL. Be like, let me see what the NFL about. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And then find some way to. Y'all got FanDuel now. Y'all could bet. So y'all can find a way to make it interesting. So I
mm.
shouldn't have to wait till 2082. You know what I'm saying? At least till 2027. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 2 years from now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, make that happen.
Make that happen, right? Man, I think that would be a dope movie. I would love to see that portion of it. It made the NFL more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, dudes was really able to hit. Defenders was really able to hit, and it was just a different time in the NFL. Quarterbacks was getting cracked out the wazoo. So I think that would be a great idea. All right, moving on to our next segment. Again, y'all don't forget to tap into the membership portion of the page. We got different memberships, different access. Get your badges. So make sure y'all tap into the membership portion of our page. Links is in the bio. Links is in the community page. All right, moving on to our next segment. Our must see, must hear, I'm sorry, classic or must see TV show. You want to start this one off?
No, no, you could start it off.
All right, so my must see 3 movies for Thursday special. Today's Thursday, y'all. We're going into the weekend. I'm telling y'all, these 3 movies are must see. Number one must see movie came out in 1996, directed by the legendary Ron Howard. This movie stars Mel Gibson, Renee Russo, Gary Sentz, Delroy Lindo, and Donnie Wahlberg. This movie is called Ransom. Fire movie about a lit New York City guy who has all the money on. His son gets kidnapped, and you have to see the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all, so make sure you tap in to see the movie Ransom. Second must see movie came out in 2005. I referenced it a little earlier. I think you referenced it a little earlier, actually. This was directed by John Singleton. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Garrett Hedlund, Andre 3000, Tyrese Gibson. I always tear this man's name up, but excuse me. Ch- Ch- oh my God, I'm tearing his Chidikwa Okafor. I know I tore his name up. Uh, who else? Sophia Vergara and Josh Charles, and also Terrence Howard. Sorry, and also Terrence Howard. This movie is called Four Brothers. This movie is about four brothers coming back into town after their mother passing. The mother was really an adoptive mother or a foster mother of sort, but she cared for these young men like her own. She treated them and raised them like her own. And when she passed away, they came back in town, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. Great fire movie. And my third final must see movie came out in 2004, directed by Tony Scott. This stars Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning, Christopher Walken, Mark Anthony, and Mickey Rourke. This movie is called Man on Fire. This is about a top level bodyguard who's in tune to the family. They need this bodyguard because the father and the mom has some financial dealings and they are basically licks. But they hired this man to watch their daughter, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. So make sure you tap in again to Man on Fire, Four Brothers, and Ransom. So make sure y'all tap into those movies.
Fire movies right there. So Ransom is a classic. I ain't see Ransom in a minute.
In a minute, in a minute, yeah.
I can hear about Ron Howard directing in a while too. Shout out to Ron Howard. He had some hits in the '90s.
Legend. He a legend, bro. And I think the reason why most people don't talk about Ransom or a lot of Mel Gibson movie because of his, racial proclivities that he's expressed in recent years. So, but it's still a dope movie. I'm trying to separate the art from the person. So, still a must see movie.
All right, chat. You know how I do. I always have a theme for my movies. This episode don't change like any other episode. So my theme for my movies for this episode is disaster movies. So most of these movies is some sort of disaster where society has to combat some sort of contagion, plague, or some sort of climactic event, right? So first movie on the list is called Contagion. Came out in 2011, stars Matt Damon, Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Lawrence Fishburne, Gwyneth Paltrow, Marion um, Coulthard, Jennifer Ely, Bryan Cranston, Sanaa Lathan, Dimitri Martin, Elliot Gold, and John Hawkes. Contagion is about a society that basically catches a contagion, and it just shows you how um, government officials try to quarantine and try to find a cure for this supposed contagion. And you got to watch the movie and see how they go about it. Very, very intriguing. And this was pre-COVID. COVID happened in 2020. This movie came out in 2011. So kind of similar to
Yeah,
how
yeah,
COVID. So
yeah.
definitely tap into that movie, right? So next movie on the list is World War Z. Came out in 2013. Stars Brad Pitt, Miralee Enos, Matthew Fox, Daniela Curtis, Ellie Gabriel, Abigail Hargrove, Sterling Jurgens. David Morris, Ruth Nega, crazy last name, I know, wow, and James Badge Dale. Now, this movie is intriguing because it's about a contagion that breaks out and causes massive zombie-like people running around, and they have to find a cure to combat this zombie apocalypse. But what's intriguing about the movie is how they come up with the cure, which is the craziest movie ever. I wish they expanded upon it because the way they ended it was like, damn, I thought they was gonna come up with another one and they never did. So I would love to see a part two of it because of how they came up with the cure. So it's very unorthodox to say the least. So you got to check it out and see why it's unorthodox. So World War Z. And last on my list is Blindness. It came out in 2008. It stars Julianne Moore, Mark Ruffalo, Alice Brega, Don McKellar, Gail Garcia Bernal, Danny Glover, Niv Finchman, Yusuke Isawa, and Yoshuni Kimura. Blindness is about again another society that falls victim to a disease, but this particular disease takes away people's eyesight, and of course society crumbles. And you got to watch the movie to find out how they come up with a new society to now be able to combat the fact that nobody has sight. So very, very intriguing movie right there. Very slept on. They don't even talk about this movie because you know what I'm saying? It's one of those movies. You know what I'm saying? So my
Yeah.
choice of disaster movies are Contagion, World War Z, and Blindness.
Yo, make sure y'all tap in. We gave y'all, yo, this is episode 109. We've been giving y'all fire, dope movies every episode. So, again, make sure y'all tap into those movies. Take a good watch. Let us know what y'all think of the movies, and we'll chop it up. We don't care. We'll chop it up. So, make sure y'all tap in. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next must hear music. I got an artist again. Y'all gotta tap into this man' music. I can't stop listening to his music. This man's catalog is Johnny Blaze on a whole nother level. Like, and you don't understand somebody's catalog until you get older or until you're ready to jump into the catalog. But this catalog is so fire. I did 3 songs of his prior to, and I'm back with 3 more songs. This is a R&B, pop, light rock type of bag that I'm giving y'all. I'm giving y'all Michael McDonald. Um, Playlist, 3 new songs that add on to that playlist. Michael McDonald, yo, I'm telling y'all, this is top tier. All right, first song is called "Love Lies." Listen to the title, "Love Lies." That's crazy. Second must-hear song is his version of "Distant Lover." God, join this fire. And my third must have is I'll Be an Angel. I swear to you, I listen to I'll Be an Angel at least like 25 times in a row. Fire song. So again, for your Michael McDonald playlist or your pop, light rock, little R&B type of playlist, I guarantee you, I'll Be an Angel, Distant Lover, and Love Lies is going to move the needle for y'all. I'm telling you. So make sure y'all tap into Michael McDonald's 3 songs right there. All right, moving on to our must see or classic TV show. You want to start this one off?
Definitely, it's a classic show. Y'all definitely got to tap into my classic show, Monk. Came out in 2002, had 8 seasons. It was on the USA Network. I don't know if the USA Network is still around, but still a classic show. Stars Tony Shalhoub, Trailer Howard, Ted Levine, Jason Gray Stranford, Brady Schramm, Stanley Carmel, Emma Clark, Laura Hardin, Brooke Adams, Kane Ricochet, Jared Paul, and Sarah Silverman. Monk is about a private detective who used to be a police officer for the San Francisco Police Department. He had a tragic accident, family tragedy, and because of that family tragedy, he now has like what would you call compulsive what is it, compulsive disorder, where he just constantly needs to be in a area where it's clean and everything has to be in its perfect place. But he's a private detective who gets called by his police friends to solve crimes and murders. But you know what I'm saying, he has that disorder, so anytime he pull up to a crime scene, you see a blood splat or a dead body, he just go ham. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dope show, fire show. Like, I love the premise of it, and he's in his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's solving crimes, but he just don't want to touch the body. You know what I'm saying? He gonna call homicide, but he gonna solve the crime from back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even need to see the body. You don't want to look at bodies or nothing like that. So I,
He don't gotta worry about where his partner swinging the dead leg. You know what I'm saying?
nah, he ain't gonna be nowhere near the dead leg. You know what I'm saying? So definitely tap into Monk. It's a classic show. You'll definitely appreciate it. If you like cop shows and stuff like that.
Top cop. You know what I'm saying?
Top cop.
All right, my must see show is more of a documentary. It's called Born into Brothel. Came out in 2004. Very interesting documentary where uh, it shows like these young kids, young teenagers in the life of prostitution. It's basically Calcutta's red light district in Song Chikai, uh, the area of Song Chikai, where a photographer is basically teaching prostitutes to document their journey through learning how to learn photography themselves. So it's very interesting on how they put it together. Because when you think about it, like, how the hell is learning how to do photography is going to save a prostitution from prostitution? But it was a very interesting take on the documentary that I don't want to ruin it for y'all, so y'all must check it out. So make sure y'all tap into Born into Brothel. All right, y'all. You got cologne for us?
Definitely got cologne for y'all. If y'all look good, you feel good, you smell good, you're gonna do good. So you definitely need to tap into this fragrance called Drift. The bottle is called the I'm sorry, the brand is called Drift, and the fragrance is called Open Road. Definitely want to tap into this. Again, the bottle is called Drift, and the fragrance is called Open Road.
Yeah, I want to get a bottle because it sounds like it's open road. It sounds strong. It sounds
Real,
machismo,
real
massive,
manly, you know what I'm saying? Real camping style without minus the camping. You know what I'm saying?
or mad maple. You know what I'm saying? Mad maple smell. You know what I'm saying? All
Mad
right.
cultures in a cup in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to wrap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. First hot topic of the night. Bryce Underwood decommits from LSU and officially commits to Michigan. He's the number one rated quarterback in this class. I spoke about him last episode about him turning down the $10.5 million NIL deal from Michigan because he was already committed to LSU. But today he decommits from LSU officially, and he's going to sign with Michigan Wolverines. What do you think about that?
They still paying him that 10 milli?
They have not spoke about his financial package.
Oh, damn, son.
Or
Hold on, kid. What'd you sign, blood? Like, hold on, son.
again, because remember I spoke about this last episode, right? The last episode we offered him. When I say we, I'm a Michigan fan. We offered him
Offered
them.
him 10 mil. He didn't take the 10 mil. He went to LSU, then come back. They took the 10 mil off the table, son. I
But
hope not.
I don't know. They haven't specified
That'd
the
be cold, son. But I guess you know what I'm saying you stepping in a grown man business. So you know what I'm saying? You should have took it the first time.
like you turned down 10.5. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, and then come back, yo. Can I get that 10 million? No, nigga. It's over. You could get two now, nigga. And I want half that too. So you ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Coming back for the free 99, son. You coming back for opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
to learn from your offensive coordinator, keep your mouth shut, Crozier. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe you could do some chip and dick commercials.
oh,
Yo,
yo, do some chip and dip for your NIL. You know what I'm
you
saying?
better get with your offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? He could,
Oh man, they done. I hope not. But y'all say y'all was gonna give bro the 10 milli, so honor the deal. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're still high school kids. I don't care how they want to try to portray it and this, that, and the third. Bro just graduated high school. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like, come on, like, just give
I'm
bro 10 milli.
I'm just telling you what I know. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
know. I'm just saying it's just crazy. Like now, all of a sudden it's unspecified. We don't know, and don't
We all,
nobody know where the millions is at. Everybody getting millions, but nobody know where the money at.
when you get some cracking assholes, you know what I'm saying? Like hook you up with the crackhead holes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, but in all seriousness, like I said, I spoke about it last episode. He turned down the 10.5. He was already committed to LSU, but because he lived in the state of Michigan, he's from Michigan. And I spoke on why he should go to Michigan. Or Michigan is a better program overall, where he has real structure. He has a real structure from his personal life. Football, we have a run game that we're going to support him with. We're going to have great receivers. They are known for having probably better receivers as of late. Can't argue that, but we are known for getting top tier receivers. He's going to have guys to throw the ball to, offensive line to block for him. Our defense is going to be great. We play for national titles at Michigan, and we're a quarterback away. So he is the number one quarterback in this class, and he decided to come back to Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Where we could get these chips, and he could do great things. And I'm pretty sure, even though the financials is not specified anymore, that there is a financial package to his liking. So he's gonna be well taken care of. And we sponsored by Jordan. So he gonna be dip, he gonna be fresh at every game. So you know what I'm saying? He gonna get his millions. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we do at Michigan. We take care of our guys. So all right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. This one is a bit sadder, much sadder. A second grader was hung in his school bathroom by another student who was in fourth grade or who is in fourth grade. And this is in Charles County, Maryland. They haven't released the kid's name, but this is what happened. The parents are looking for answers, and the school have been giving the very weird answers, and they still haven't gotten a real proper answer. The best answer they've received so far is that it was horse playing that went too far. But the school chancellor, came out and said, instead of saying that, that's not a suitable thing to say. We need to support the family every way possible. But there's still not a real explanation on how and why this happened. What do you think about that?
Well, I can't. I don't know. That's just kind of strong to throw horseplay and then horseplay turn into a child being hung. How the child was hung? How many shoelaces did you take off the kids to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you put it together? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did you come up with the skill set to do that and the knowledge to put it together and decide, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna test it out today and it's been a long time since I've been in elementary school, but I'm pretty sure in elementary school bathrooms, there's no way for you to hang somebody up from, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you doing it at?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because the school doesn't have a lot of answers, but yet they have the fact that they know this fourth grader did it, kind of seems kind of far fetched to me. You know what I'm saying? And the horseplay response is just, I don't, that's just, it's a tough scenario to process because that's a lot.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to begin to fathom if I was in that parent's shoes for my child to go through something like that and not be here anymore through something like that. I would be beyond enraged. It wouldn't be a pretty day for anyone. Um, and I need answers. And I don't want to hear the generic. I don't want to hear, give me the straight, ugly truth. Just give me the truth. And I could deal with the truth. I can't deal with BS. And when it's regarding my child, I would not stand for that at all. Um, and to have to deal with that and have to deal with the uncertainty of what really happened is even more frustrating. So um, my heart goes out to the parents, um, especially especially the parent that lost their child. I mean, the parent that
Yeah.
did this is like people like to blame parents for everything, but damn, it's like where did he get that from? Where did he even get the idea to do something like that? To
And a
you
fourth grade at that. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
right, that's 8, 9 years old. So it's like what is he being um, observed? Well, I mean, what is he being exposed to even do something like that? And let's say in a household he's not being exposed to that. What is his friend group at school like? What are they doing to give each other ideas or something like that? So this is very odd, and this is there's a lot of holes in what's being said because I believe that the kid was hung from behind the door. I think he hung him from behind the door.
Well, he's watching the episode of The Wire or some shit.
Again, so that's what I mean. It's like where did he get this type of
In fourth grade, I was not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was talking about comic books, what happened to X-Men on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Did
I
you
was trying to rush. Hmm.
did you see Betsy come into school today? You know what I'm saying? Not. I'm gonna try to hang Christopher in the bathroom when I get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Because he stole my crayons the other day. Like, nah.
my 64 piece. Now I got 52. Now I want them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Nah.
Uh,
In
I,
the fourth grade, I was definitely bopping people, but I'm not hanging nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get to fighting. I'm not looking to hang nobody. So, um, this is very unfortunate, and this is a developing story, but they refuse to release the child's name. And normally, when they don't release the child's name, that means there's several family members that still getting acclimated to the story. But the most that they can give us that this happened in Charles County, Maryland, about the second grader that was hung by his classmate who was in the fourth grade, or by fourth grade, his schoolmate, I should say. All right, our next hot topic, moving on to our next hot topic. The Penguin series is fully done. It's fully done. All 8 episodes. There's only 8 episodes. I thought it would be 10, but it's only 8 episodes and it's fully done. And it is masterful. Masterful. The way they laying out for the next Batman movie is going to have people excited, intrigued, and looking forward to um, what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like again, watching the Penguin series without ruining it for y'all, you're gonna find yourself rooting for Penguin. You're not supposed to root for Penguin. Penguin is a stone cold killer, ruthless, and you find yourself rooting for him. And they introduce different characters. It is birth of some characters. So I can't wait to see the next installment of this. I don't know if they're going to continue to do seasons of Penguin. Um, I think it would be a great idea if they did uh, continue seasons with different characters and give the and whoever they about to introduce do it through that way to give a bigger build up for the Batman movies. But this is going to be a really dope movie. And for some reason, Batman 2's, whatever the second Batman is in those, because you know how Batman likes to release three movies at, basically at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Those Batman's is always the best one for some reason, in my opinion. So, what do you think about the season coming to an end?
I still gotta finish watching the seventh and the eighth episode. But so far it's calm. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Um, in the grand scheme of things, you know what I'm saying? Penguin is not no lit character. You know what I'm saying? Like Penguin, when in the grand scheme of things, Penguin is like I understand like this is Batman year one, year two, so he's coming up in the game. But once he's Batman, Penguin is somebody he go to slap around and get information from. Like, yo, what happened at the docks the other night? And then he throw him against the wall. They go back and forth. That's Penguin. You know what I'm saying? They making it seem like Penguin's some lit, masterful mastermind. Like, nah, Batman is a master tactician, and he can masterly finesse Penguin many a times. And if you watch the series of the cartoon series, it got to a point where Penguin wasn't in the life no more. He just ran his club, had his little biddies, and he was just cool. Sometimes Batman came through the window, busting up niggas, asking for information. He's like, damn, bro, you keep fucking up my club. Like, just can you just holler at me? I'm gonna tell you the information in the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but again, because what you would call the actor who plays the penguin is so lit. This is why this shit is so good. So because his acting is so phenomenal. Everybody's acting in the series is dope. So I necessarily wouldn't really need a second season because I think it's because I haven't seen the eighth episode, I'm assuming it's gonna dive into the movie. So I'm cool with what you were saying. Like, after the new movie is concerned, the next series should be another character. You know what I'm saying? So it could tie into the third movie. You know what I'm saying? So that way we got some in between. So I could go with that.
So you thought it was calm?
Yeah, it's calm. It's calm.
Because I really enjoyed the lady's character because she's introducing so many other characters through her character alone. Where like because you saw the sixth episode, so you seen the episode where she pretty much without ruining it for y'all that she pretty much got rid of she created a new life for herself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought that part was very interesting, and seeing the new characters that's evolving around her, that's being created, that's going to be in that second Batman. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it was is really masterfully done. I agree with you with the acting from everybody. Like Colin Farrell was a beast, bro. He's a beast. Like I don't know about you, but I forget he's Penguin, bro. Just based off the makeup alone. You see what I'm saying? Like me personally, I forget that that's him. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, watching when you watch seventh to eighth episode, I think it's a fire season. But I'm looking forward to the Batman 2 movie. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that it won't be a letdown. But I have a feeling that it's going to be everything that we wanted in the movie, in the Batman movie, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Um, do you think that we need to stop saying, um, like calling for people to be free? Like, you know how when somebody goes to jail, like, yo, free the guys or free, Tone or whatever, somebody named Tone. Like, do you think we need to get rid of that because it's like it's being misrepresented when people saying calling for somebody to be free. So, for example, if Tone murdered 3 people and people say, "Yo, free Tone," it's like, "Yo, how can you say free Tone when he murdered 3 people in cold blood?" Now, if he handled his business in a righteous act where he had to protect his family or himself, and he ended up getting a raw deal, that's something to say free Tone. But free Tone or free whoever is being so uh like misrepresented. Do you think we need to get rid of that term?
No, definitely for sure. But the only problem with that is only reason you can't get rid of it is because there's no snitching involved. So to your point, if Tone killed 3 people, you ain't supposed to talk about Tone killing 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So because the neighborhood is on some no snitching, everybody ain't gonna talk about that what Tone did.
But no snitching is designated for people that's in the life of crime.
Right.
That-
So if you but the same people who in the life of crime are still in the neighborhood, and everybody in the neighborhood is still saying free Tone with somebody who's in the life of crime. So that's why I'm saying it goes hand in hand. You
Mm,
can't say free Tone because a lot of the times the people were saying free Tone did crime.
mm.
95% of the time these people did the crimes. But they people are saying free the guy. When is there ever a time when they're saying we want this person free because they're innocent?
Right. Right. So you get what I'm saying. It's like the culture says free the guy, regardless if it was righteous or regardless if it was in wrongdoing. It's just yo free the bro.
Right. But the majority of the time, it's the guy did a crime. Not saying he
Right.
actually got a crime, he was arrested for the crime he committed, but he has done crime before.
Right.
And the image of it is always that person or his people saying free that guy,
Hmm.
as opposed to somebody else who's got caught at the wrong time in the wrong place, and everybody in the neighborhood know that he's not that person.
Hmm.
That would make more sense. But those scenarios are not portrayed a lot. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's not in the limelight. It's not being portrayed more so than the other example we're using.
Hmm. Because it's interesting. Like you see, like people, especially in the entertainment space, where somebody gets murdered and supposedly they mess with both guys, but one guy he loses his life, and you got people say R.I.P. to Little Ricky, but everybody messed with Little Ricky. But in the same breath, they'll say, "Well, free Tone," but Tone murdered Little Ricky. So it's like, how can you say free Tone and RIP to Little Ricky in the same breath? So the term is so misrepresented. It'll be different if it's about something righteous. He's in jail for, he's a political prisoner, or somebody that had to do something to save their family. To me, I think that's more so designated for those people, because at the end of the day, if you're in jail and you're doing time, then you're found guilty regardless if you're guilty or not. So it's still misrepresented, in my opinion, if you're found guilty and people are saying you're free to bro when he done did his crime was murder. It's like, how can you say free to bro when he's doing criminality or crimes that harms other people, and you saying you're free to bro? Like, nah, you don't want him to be in there forever, but damn, you don't go out there and like you're free to bro, like the world is going to hear that and they're going to free him.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like, so at the end of the day, it's like it's so misrepresented. Like, that's like uh with Trayvon Martin, that said they would have sent Zimmerman to jail. That's somebody that needs to be in jail, right? He's still out here signing Skittles. And let's say if he was in jail and people walking around talking about, yo, free George Zimmerman. It's like, what? This man done murdered a child. Like, what are you talking about? So I just think that term is so misrepresented. And me personally, I think we need to get rid of it or find a better use of it, because the use of it is for people that's moving righteously but had to take care of a situation out of righteousness. To me, when you have to protect yourself, protect your family, and you just doing right and you just get caught up in the system, it's not the same as intent. The intent is different to me. So I just think it's misrepresented. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Marvel Daredevil has released the new trailer, Born Again. It also includes the Punisher in this movie, and of course, they have what's my man, big bald head guy that was it Mister? What's the big Kingpin and Kingpin, and this is going to be a new series that moved from Netflix to Disney, and it's coming out March 2025. What do you think about that?
That's what's up. I like the Marvel. I mean, the Daredevil series that they had on Netflix. That shit was fire.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad continuing that shit. So that shit was raw. That shit was authentic. That shit was lit. So even the Punisher series was kind of dope too. So
yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah,
storyline was kind of like choppy and shit, but it was all right. But Daredevil, the storyline was way better. So I'm glad
yeah.
it's pushing that more. So the actor that plays it did a good job too.
Shout out to Rowan Jack. Rowan Jack in the building. Rowan
Yeah.
Jack in the building. My guy Rowan Jack. But yeah, man, I agree with you. I liked it on Netflix. Um, I think they hit that one out the park, and I think I like Luke Cage. I really like the first season. They kind of they kind of killed me with the Bushmasters. Like, yeah, it's trash. Um, but I'm feeling it, but the trailer looked good. I'm looking forward to seeing the series. So Marvel's gonna do their Marvel stuff with Disney, and this series is gonna come out March 2025. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, I don't know if you heard, but Denzel Washington has admitted to having his first gay scene in Gladiator 2, where he full on kisses a man. They ended up editing the scene out the movie, but he admitted to having this scene. Uh, period. So, what do you think about that?
Oh man, Denzel. You've been a great and glorious actor, my man. So good that people just overlook the shit. Because now you just coming out and just giving out information that nobody even asked for. If they edited it out, why even tell us about it? Because we as a viewer going to see the movie, we're not even going to see it because it's not even in the scene. So why bring it up? Why talk about it? You know what I'm saying? Why even talk about it? If nobody's going to see it, if nobody knows, trust me, JoJo don't even know about it.
He only
So
knows.
he don't know none about that. You know what I'm saying? He just know ties. So if don't nobody know about it, then why bring it up? Why talk about it? That's all I'm saying. And there was a bunch of pictures with you and Diddy and them back in the day. Well, as recently as a couple of years ago. So throw it out there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make no sense why you would bring it up if it's and you know it's not in the scene. I can understand you didn't know. It's like, but you know. So
And what makes it worse, like the director, I believe is Ridley Scott. He said that there was never a scene like that. So one, I don't believe Ridley Scott. I don't believe him. Because I don't think somebody like Denzel would just come out and admit to something like that unless it actually happened. I mean, Denzel has been for the last all through my childhood, Denzel has been in movies. So for the last going on 40 years, he's always been the example of machismo and cool and upright.
That's why the game is so good, because he been holding that image for so long. But what if the nigga was acting the whole time? You know what I'm saying? It's
And,
such a good performance because it had us fooled for so long. Because it goes back to my point. Why mention it if it wasn't even gonna be showcased? Why?
or why
So
do it?
my mind just leads me to all these different scenarios. So it leads me to, yes, Denzel's the greatest actor alive. What if he been acting this whole time?
Or why even do the scene?
I mean, you getting paid to do the scene, so you got to do it. But my point is, why even talk about it if it got edited out?
Hmm.
You feel me? You took the role, so you know the scene was already in there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you, Denzel Washington, right? He doesn't audition for nothing. You,
Right.
Denzel,
So you already knew it was in there. So my
right?
point of goal still stands. You already knew it was in there 3 years ago before we even knew Gladiator 2 was coming out, right? Because movies get done 2, 3 years before it gets put out. So you already knew about it. So before you even did the movie, before you even got flown out, you read the contract. You was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So you went in there willingly doing the movie. So you did the movie, did the scene, but then they edited it out, right? So now you're doing promo for the movie, right? You don't, nobody didn't even see the movie.
Hmm.
So we don't even know about the scene. And then you talk about a scene that got edited out. Am I bugging?
Nah, but I'm from the perspective of you're Denzel Washington. You don't even go on auditions. They want you a part of this movie. So in order to get me this movie, I'm not doing no gay scene. I'll do everything else y'all need me to do. I'm not doing no gay scene for y'all to edit this in and edit this out. I'm not doing that. That's not what I stand on. If y'all want me a part of this movie, cause y'all want me. What Martin say? They called me. They gonna give you your own TV show, bitch. They called me. You know what I'm saying? So they called Denzel. So for the fact that he did it and read it and said, I'm cool with doing this scene is crazy to me because based on what he's been doing all these years. So now we get to the point that is in the scene. He does the scene. He says he said it was a full. He said it's a full. He said it's an all out scene with him and the guy. Whether it was he didn't, but it sounded like he kissed the guy or whatever, and then they cut it out. So you do that scene, they take it out. I'm with you on the fact pause, where it's like, all right, so why even mention it at
This
this?
is your coming out party. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the greatest actor alive. Think about it. He had us fooled for all these years. This is what makes him the greatest actor alive. Because you portray this machismo image, but it's all an act. If we're going by my theory of why even mentioning it, if it got edited out, why? That's the part I'm stuck at. It's the why. Oh, you trying to get ahead of it? Let me just, oh yeah, it was a light little peck scene. It don't even matter because they edited it out anyway. Hmm? Then why even mention it? That's my thing.
They treat him, bro, like Kareem Akbar. You know what I'm saying? Like really Scott. Like look at him standing right there. Kareem Akbar. He the real leader of the CNB. Like that's how they treating Denzel in this moment right now. Because when they asked the director, he like, yo, we ain't never shoot no scene like that. I don't even know what he talking about. So
Trying to throw him under the bus.
so now Denzel response to that was because he was asked that on the red carpet again. He was like, "Yo, they said that y'all never even shot no scene like that," and his response was, well, at this point, there's much to do about nothing, and it is what it is. So it's like, why even mention that in the first place if it was much to do about nothing? Because you're Denzel Washington. You have to know for a plethora of years, an abundance of years, you are a great actor. For women, you are a sex symbol. For men, you've been an example of machismo, cool, swaggy, powerful, pause.
Right.
And
But what if all of that was in act? You know what I'm saying? So that will be the greatest finesse ever pulled on y'all. Because we've been thinking, oh yes, he's an example of a sex symbol. But who makes these examples for us? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it'll be the if the you know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. It just be a lot for people to take. Some people may not even might be able to accept it. Cause I seen a clip of him explaining it and his mannerisms as you was sitting down talking was kind of like I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt because he's in his late 60s, almost 70, but I don't understand how flamboyantism just come into your body after a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that get into your pores? Because your mannerisms, how you carrying yourself and sitting was just very, very moist. Pause. Very, very moist. Like very soft and like, nah, this ain't the Denzel. You could be old and be what happens to grumpy old men? You know what I'm saying? Well, you was old, but you just had that demeanor like, nah, I ain't fucking with bro. He's just
yeah,
Denzel ain't had that demeanor. He had the bald head, no facial hair, just clean cut shaven, looking like a baby bird, old baby bird, sitting there with extra moist tendencies. I'm like, I don't know about this one.
so do this affect his legacy?
It only affects it if I'm just saying, because we know how these rituals go. You know what I'm saying? Can I, because it's Denzel, can I give him a pass when others been said that you have to do certain rituals to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just, like I said, it's gonna be really tough because it's a long time of a long con game,
Yeah.
a very long time. So it'd be very tough for people to accept that if that was the case.
Hmm.
Never saying that that's what it is. These are all conjectures. These are all theories. Don't even mind me. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is all la la. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it would be crazy if it was. That's all I'm saying.
For me, I'm gonna give it some more thought, because you don't want to throw something on his jacket like this, but it's not us throwing on his jacket; it's him throwing
Came
it
out
on his.
his it came out his own mouth. So there's nothing
Right,
I can say because you said it.
right. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna reserve uh, the judgment to say that this is gonna affect his legacy. He's done great, great, great work. So, I'm gonna take some time with that one. That one is a little extra crazy for me. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Colorado cornerback and receiver Travis Hunter announced today that he will be entering the 2025 draft. What do you think about that?
Yeah, about time. You can't play both. You can't play both sides forever. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run yourself ragged. So it's about time you enter the draft. Now you gotta pick a side now, bro. Any side you're gonna do good. So it doesn't even really matter. So it's just now sticking to one side. It's crazy because he's nice at both. So, but again, it is extraneous work to play both sides of the ball. Like it's a lot of running, a lot of conditioning. You first of all, you running routes. You're not getting thrown the ball all the time, but you got to run these routes at full speed. Then you on defense. You chasing receivers. You know what I'm saying? They may not even throw on that side, but you still got to chase bro down and cover bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
and you got to tackle. So it's dope that he gonna declare for the draft. NFL, y'all got something good on your hands, so y'all better pull the strings and get Shador, Hunter in the same team. Make that shit happen. Do what y'all gotta do. I don't care how y'all do it. Just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That would be lit, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, what Dion's already came out and said, you know, if and when they make the decision, he's going to have a heavy hand on where they get drafted. A heavy hand. So if you're a bum ass organization, don't even try it. If
So they
y'all
basically got called Dion first, like, yo, we want to draft them and shit. Bengals, nah, fuck out of here. Nah, give me another team.
like he really has. I don't want to say which teams. He's like hell no.
I mean, he
He,
has the machismo. He done brought hella bona fide money to the league when he was
yeah,
playing.
yeah, yeah,
Come on, he brought championships,
yeah.
all types of shit. So
Bro, do you remember when Dion was drafted?
now I wasn't even born yet.
Now you was born 1989.
Oh, well,
Oh, but the point I'm making, right? He went fifth in the draft, right? Do you know who went before him? Nothing but Hall of Famers, my nigga. And they needed players at that time. So Troy Aikman was the first overall that year. It's Troy Aikman. He's not Dion, but Troy Aikman was he is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like that's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Troy Aikman was the dude back in the day for the Cowboys, you know, outside of Joe Montana and Steve Young, right? Cool. So that's this draft class. Steve Young, they had some big offensive linemen at that time. I can't remember his name. He was like six. He was like the first for real, like six, three, like 325 with 2% body fat running like a 4.6 offensive tackle. What Julius watches to say? Let him block, cause they can't sure run like I can run. So they took him over Dion, the Packers. You know Dion ain't playing for no Packers anyway. Pause. I don't know if you remember Derek Thomas, the legendary Chiefs linebacker who died in the car accident, but he was the second coming to Lawrence Taylor, right? So you had him, Hall of Famer. Derek Thomas is still a Hall of Famer in the years that he played in the league. Troy Aikman, this big offensive lineman, and Barry Sanders. So this was his draft class. These are the guys that all went ahead of Dion.
top tier niggas right there.
All Hall of Famers right there. All guys who changed the game in some way at their position, except for the big old lineman. I can't remember his name, but at that time he was a huge prospect and pause. And he was supposed to be a can't miss prospect, but you know, he was a bust. But the potential of this. So I say that to say with Deion Sanders having the cachet, having the ability to be who he was, and having the ability to dictate his son's career and Travis Hunter's career, just like how Eli Manning and Peyton Manning's father was able to, maneuver some things behind the scenes. He's going to be able to do the same thing. But because Dion and his is melanated folks, his experience with some front office is not the same as how the Mannings are. So he's going to be very selective on the teams that. So don't be surprised if Shador ends up with the Raiders, and don't be surprised if Travis Hunter either ends up with the Cowboys or the Jaguars. So I'm just putting it out there. Or my dark horse, my personal dark horse, is the Denver Broncos. That's my personal dark horse because Travis said he wants to stay in Denver. So don't be surprised. All right, so yeah. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. What do you think of the decline in viewership in the NBA? They're losing tons of viewership at the moment. They still got to. And when we say that, is they losing a lot of viewers, but they still have a lot of viewers. You see what I'm saying? Like, so instead of having 20 million viewers, it declined like at 10 million viewers. What do you think about the decline in viewership in the NBA?
I mean, for me, it's not entertaining until playoffs. I'm not really tapping in the whole season until playoffs for me. So to make me tap in, you gotta make it interesting. You gotta have storylines. You gotta have people that's in the league that's I want to root for or not want to root for. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see them win, but I want to see them lose. So that means I gotta watch the game. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't have that. So y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all gotta take some playbooks from WWE. You know what I'm saying? Create some evil teams or some rivalries or something. You gotta do something. You gotta jazz it up. Like, you gotta do something. So these in tournament ain't nothing if there's no rivalries. Like, what teams don't fuck with each other? Like, you know what I'm saying?
If I said it once, if I said it twice, the NBA is lacking rivalries. This is why football is always going to be king. Because regardless on who wears the jersey, it's always going to be beef. When you talk about the NFL, if you wear a Giants jersey and you look on the other side, and you see a green jersey with the eagle helmet, it is up. If you a Chief and you look on the other side of the field and you see a Denver Broncos jersey, it is up. If you see the Raiders, it is up. No matter what. Because the NBA, everybody's so cool, everybody's so friendly off the court, that now when they get on the court, they showing everybody all the love, but there's the lack of competition is no longer there. One, because of the style of the NBA is all the same thing. We're watching one long game. There's no difference in styles in any of the teams. Every team plays single pick and roll or just 3-point shots. That's all every team does. So much to the point where the traditional center is no longer the traditional center where he operates from the post. He like, nah, swing that bad boy out here, B. I'm gonna put up at least 6 threes tonight, baby. Hold me down. I need to get 6. I need 6 3-pointers tonight, B. I'm going to hit at least 2. Every team is doing that. So there's no different game styles in none of the teams. Everybody plays the same way. The Lakers' biggest rivalry is supposed to be the Celtics. I don't feel no rivalry when I see the Lakers play the Celtics today. I don't feel none of that. Pause. Even when the Boston Celtics play the Knicks, I don't see the extra hustle. I don't see the extra elbow. I don't see the extra physicality. Pause. I don't see none of that. That right there is storylines in itself. Like, yo, I gotta get home to watch the Memphis Grizzlies go up against the Golden State Warriors. This is gonna be physical tonight. Ja Morant and Steph's gonna be shooting threes. Ja Morant gonna be taking it to the rack, throwing it on everybody. Yo, that's ooh, it's there's none of that in the NBA, bro. Everybody plays the same way. Even Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is one of the best low post players in the league if he puts his mind to it. But what do Joel Embiid do? He like, yo, swing that thing out here, baby. Mind you, he playing with Maxey, who could create kills on the outside, scores from the outside, and could take it to the rack. Got Paul George. Paul George is a 3-level scorer. And be like, yo, I'm out here on the suburbs. Throw the rock out here, and be like, yo, get in the post. So there's no styles. There's no beef amongst the teams instead of the just the individuals. That's why I really tune into Timberwolves games. Anytime the Timberwolves is playing, I'm tapping into the Timberwolves because Anthony Edwards is like, yo, it's beef with everybody, yo. I'm out here to bust your ass. I'm not out here trying to be cool with you. Like I fuck with you out off the court. Like we gonna be cool off the court. But when we on this court, nigga, I'm dunking on your whole life. I'm busting your ass. So I what? Nah. So I'm talking. I'm guarding. What's up? We don't have none of that. The like defense is not even like a thing in the NBA anymore. Like when you had defensive players in the NBA, that breed competition, that breed style. When you it was a difference. The reason why people like to talk about the 90s of the NBA so much because there was change of styles on every team. The Supersonics, they gonna play D and they gonna run and gun. Gary Payton gonna run down the court, throw that thing up to Sean Kemp, Yaka, run and gun. When you play against Chicago, you're gonna play against the triangle. And you're gonna get a heavy dose of MJ. Pause. When you're playing against the old school 90s Knicks, it's gonna be rough and tough out there. You might not want to go to the hole because you might get clothesline, B. I'm just saying. It's New York City. That's just the way they play. Mad, rugged, and tough. Pause. When you played against the Houston Rockets, you're gonna get Akeem the Dream, them low post moves. You're gonna get a whole bunch of shooters on the outside. So the point that I'm making, you had styles, and styles made fights. We don't got none of that in the NBA, and I've been saying that. So that's the biggest reason why the viewership is down. Everybody plays the same way. Everybody shoots a tons of threes. No teams got beef with each other. Like, what are we doing? This it's whack. It's whack. Like you said, until playoff time, that's why in NFL, college football is popping because no matter who wears the jersey, the rivalry says it's up and it's stuck. Go to a Michigan Ohio State football game. Go to one of those games. No matter who wear the jersey, it's on and popping. Michigan, we having a down year this year. Ohio State is more worried about playing Michigan than playing Indiana this weekend, and Indiana's undefeated. They like, yo, forget Indiana. We worried about Michigan, bro. We can't lose to Michigan, bro, because it's up and it's stuck, and the NBA is missing that, bro. So that's why I think the decline in the viewership as well is there's no rivalries, lack of competition, lack of style. Styles make fights. It's corny, to be honest with you. It's corny. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. College football ash picks is in, y'all. College football ash picks is in. So these are my 5 games that will shape the college football playoffs this week. All right. So number 1, we got number 14 BYU playing number 21 Arizona State. I got Arizona State for the upset. Number 2, got number 5 Indiana playing at the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes. I got Ohio State winning at home. Number 3, 18 Army is going to play number 6 Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame winning that game. Army is going to give a very solid game. That's going to be a close game, in my opinion. 24 Illinois is playing unranked Rutgers. I got Rutgers for the upset. I got number 16 is playing. Number 16 Colorado is playing at Kansas. Look out for Kansas for the upset, but I'm going with Colorado for the win. So that's Arizona State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Rutgers, and Colorado for the win. And that's my college football ash picks for this week's college football. All right, moving on to our next segment. Our next segment is brought to you by Big Bravos. I mean, by Bravo Section. Make sure you tap into BigBravoSection.com. Again, BigBravoSection.com, where you could buy dope photography. If you're in the Miami area, you could book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. If you're not, still book that session. They'll fly out, take care of your session at BigBravoSection.com. You got a petty thought for us, petty law?
I got some words on from the Black's Law Dictionary. So, first word on the list is malicious act, a wrongful act intentionally done without Legal justification or excuse. Unlawful act done willfully or purposely to injure another. Malicious act. Next word, organic law. The fundamental law or constitution of a state or nation, written or unwritten. That law or system of laws or principles which defines and establishes the organization of its government. Organic law. And last word is deponent. One who deposes to the truth of certain facts, one who gives under oath testimony which is reduced to writing, one who makes oath to a written statement, or one who deposition is given, aka a witness. So my three words are malicious act, organic law, and deponent.
Dope. Y'all make sure, y'all continue to send my bro some words to look up for the Black's Law Dictionary, and he'll read them for the next episode, y'all. All right, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie alive.
Keep the Lie Live. So my Keep the Lie Live for this particular segment is business shaming and doing business out of guilt. Uh, this is a practice that you guys really have to be careful once you start like getting in certain circles. You have to be careful on who you do business with, and sometimes people will have you do business with them out of shaming tactics. So you have to be very careful on who you do business with because it could affect your bottom line. So the whole purpose of business is to have low cost. Have low cost on overhead and be able to make a high margin. So be careful who you do business with because at the end of the day, what you stand for and the integrity of your business may not be in line with the person that you're doing business with or the company that you're doing business with. So you have to be very careful on people trying to align themselves of their business tactics and business ways with yours when it doesn't align and when it makes them look good and it affects your bottom line. So be very careful with the people that you choose or the company that you choose to do business with because business shaming is a tactic that people use for their betterment and your and for your for the worst part of yourself. So be very careful doing business and practicing different practice of businesses. So, what do you think about that? People using shaming tactics to stay in line in business with the company or with the individual.
I mean, it just showcases that the person is scamming, is scheming, not being credible. There should be no reason why you have to shame somebody, which is a tactic used as to like put somebody down so they're not using their better judgment and their better thinking prowess to see that this potential deal may not be beneficial to them, because why would you need to shame a potential business partner into a deal if the deal is good for both parties? You know what I'm saying? So that already should let you know that the person is not acting in good faith if they have to use a tactic like as that to now get you into a certain type of business deal. So you already know that it's not beneficial for you. But you know what I'm saying? Like you could be put in a position where it's like, yo, you sitting in a room with Jay-Z or something. Like you're like, you gonna sign with me? Like, what you mean? It's me, Jay's me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, the shaming. Hmm.
you it can be used in any kind of way. So you have to be in a position to understand why you in that position, like how'd you got that in that position, like you got yourself there, you know what I'm saying? So always remind yourself of that and don't try to like break your morals for anybody, you know what I'm saying? So we live in a world where people bend them, you know what I'm saying? You can bend them, you know what I'm saying, but don't break them. So that's my take on it.
And also, I want to add to my own is be aware of seeing it, right? Because I'm starting to see it on an entertainment side where a part of business shaming is the election is over and done with. We've talked about the election with Trump and Kamala Harris is done and over. But you still have people in entertainment that's saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave the country," or "You should separate from your family if that person voted for Trump and you voted for Kamala." That's a sort of business shaming and a business tactic, because you're trying to find the people that's like mind, like you. And now when you're pushing a book, or when you're pushing a product, or when you're pushing an ideal that requires funding, those same people that is like-minded like you, even when it's wrong, that's a tactic that people are using to for it to benefit themselves. So I started seeing it on that aspect as well. And this crazy out here. So be very aware that people to tell you anything that you want to hear. And mind you, they tell you anything what you want to hear for their benefit, not for yours. The benefit is to tell somebody what they want to hear so they can walk away feeling like they done did something. But now they walked away with the big old bag, like we spoke about it earlier with Nicole Murphy, how she got the 15 million from Eddie Murphy, and then within 4 years lost all of it. So business shaming and business guilt works in many different multitudes. So be very aware and how people are using it towards you and in your circle. So that's my keep the lie alive for this episode. Y'all, I want to thank y'all for joining us. It's been another amazing episode. I want to thank all the supporters of the show. Y'all been extremely amazing in the growth of the show. We can't thank y'all enough. Again, continue to like, subscribe, share, hit the all notification bell. There's so many rewatches with the video. A lot of y'all been showing so much love, sending in y'all comments that y'all loving the fact that there's so much rewatches for this particular channel, from this particular show. So make sure you tap in. We got over 200 something rewatches of this show on this channel. So make sure y'all continue to support, like, subscribe, share with a friend and with another friend, and hit that all notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Thank you. Again, I want to thank some of the sponsors of the show. I want to thank Bravo Section, Button Snaps, and OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my brother on his Instagram at
Bravo section _.
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us on Instagram. Yo, shout out to some of our day ones. Rowan Jack, man, got his badge, man. Got his badge. Different memberships carry different access and your badges. Shout out to uh L Eddie in the building. Big shout out to you. Shout out to Biggs in the building. Shout out to King Prince in the building. There's a couple more people I can't see. Culture Talk in the building. I can't get to everybody, but again, thank y'all for the support. We appreciate y'all. We're on every Sunday, every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. So again, make sure y'all tap in. Also, tap into the Overstand podcast. Well, I understand we go over summer over at '08. I'm going to announce the release of that pretty soon. So make sure you tap in the meaning between time. Type in Ashley Lovechild on all music platforms. And I got some dope music for y'all. I know my brother want to plug in something real quick.
Tap in with me next week. I won't be here this Sunday.
Yeah. So again, y'all, Sunday gonna be a lit show. So make sure y'all tap in on Sunday as well. And again, man, y'all already know it's love. And we'll see y'all next time. We out of here.